he would step across the line. Habitually. He's a habitual line stepper.
What it do, baby?
What up, baby?
Welcome to the Habitual Line Steppers podcast, y'all. I am Garrett Langley Henson.
And I am Terry Ricardo DeShazo the second.
That's right. And we're so happy y'all could join us today. We're even more happy that y'all joined us last Thursday night for our broadcast of the USA versus Jamaica game in the CONCACAF, trying to qualify for the World Cup there. We were trying to qualify for a permanent gig with Colorcast. And so big shout out to all of you. Love the support. Couldn't have done it without you. I'll hopefully be finding out this week about if we got the position. And so I expect in the next couple days we'll be making an announcement that you guys aren't going to be forced to listen to these horrible commentators for much more. The help is on the way. Terry and I are coming to Colorcast. And
yeah, baby.
And thanks all to you and the 600 likes that we got during the broadcast and the 3 people who came in our hot seat and had great contributions. So, we wouldn't matter if y'all motherfuckers weren't listening. So thanks for listening.
Hey, man, group chat was going crazy. We had some anonymous listeners in there, too. Appreciate that.
Yep.
I mean, it was wild, man. I really liked it. It was a good experience for both of us, man. I liked it a lot.
And we got to cap off the broadcast with a USA win, Terry. Even though it came against the Reggae Boys, who showed up 45 minutes late to the game, stanking a reefer.
Yeah. Hey, look, them boys, they didn't bring their best, you know what I'm saying? But fortunately for them, we didn't also bring our best, but we still won the game. We came away with the result. But unfortunately, we had another game this past Sunday.
And we must have been watching that Jamaica tape because, we're like, hey, you know how them Reggae Boys came out? We're going to do what they did. We're not going to repeat our same tactics that we had 16.
Yeah.
We're going to run
We're coming out
against Panama and lose
We're coming out
0.
We're coming out big trash, boy. Big trash. So let's compare the lineups, bro, for the last game, right? So apparently your boy Berhalter, he made 7 substitutions in that game?
Yep. Same formation. Not a tactical shift. We didn't make 7 subs because we're adapting to our opponent. No, we made 7 subs just because Panamanian players tackle really hard and after whistle. Their field sucks. And I think he was like, if we could just put all the scrubs in and only get 1 injury and get out of there with 1 point, I'll be all right with that.
See, that's what he was trying to do. But, here's the thing you got to notice. And what I've been noticing, throughout this whole cycle, it doesn't look like it's any more, easy games. Especially, we already know every fucking away game is hard. All the away games are going to be hard. Because the countries that we go play in, it's just the fields are not in the greatest shape. And the fans are rowdy. They are ready for you to come in.
Yep.
And, 7 lineup changes, bro, just going in thinking you're going to get a tie versus Panama. I'm just like, oh, yeah, it's an easy tie. We'll just go in there and just fuck it, whatever. We can do whatever we want. We're USA. No, bro. We've never been great. So I don't understand why he went in there we have the best team by far, and we're just going to get this tie easy. This shit wasn't easy. You could tell. We didn't even have any shots on target the whole game.
This has repeatedly been the U.S.'s problem over and over and over again since I started being a fan 30 years ago or whatnot. Maybe probably 25 years ago, realistically.
Yeah.
The U.S. has a good result against a good team. Jamaica wasn't even a good team, and then they start smelling themselves, and they start believing the hype. And they look at the roster, and they're like, wait a minute, we have more people playing in the Champions League than any other team in CONCACAF. Wait a minute, we have a young, talented squad. We got the highest average transfer market value of players on our squad. We have all the resources. FIFA is bumping us up in the rankings to a top 20 team. We can play Kellen Acosta and Sebastian Lenglet together in midfield against Panama. It's Panama.
So here's your big ones. You don't start Ricardo Pepi, who started in the Jamaica game. Instead, you start a guy that's been capped way too many times in Gyasi Zardes. That's one. That one really pissed me off.
I mean,
But
I
it continued.
drinking, Jess, I like knew who you were talking about, and like I didn't even think about it. It was just a reflex that my body was like, Giassi Zardes, I need alcohol to cope with this.
I just don't understand. Like, you got this wonder kid, quote unquote. I don't want to put too much hype on him, but he scores 2 goals in the Jamaica game, and then you're just like, nah, I'm not going to start this dude. And Zardes subbed for him in the second half in the Jamaica game, and in the Panama, he played like complete trash the whole time when he was in the Jamaica game. He played horribly, and you're just like, oh yeah, let me start him for the next game. It was some real positive momentum I saw, so I'm going to start him versus Panama away. Wasn't a home game, wasn't cozy. You know, you're not in Austin, Texas, bro. You're in Panama.
Well,
Panama, bro.
I want to give Zardes credit. You know, that's probably like the first header that he had hit the back of the net in some time, even though it was an own goal against the U.S. Snapped his neck in the wrong direction, near post on a corner kick. Now, they credited the goal to Senor Panama or whatever his name was. But
I think his name is like Doughboy or something. I don't even know how to pronounce it. Let me not disrespect him. His Godoy, Godoi.
Nope, Doughboy, Doughboy it is.
Doughboy.
Man, you know what? Maybe we should call him Debo instead. The way that he fucking bullied Zardes at that front post, man.
Honestly, bro. Well, we watched the game. I watched it after you watched it. You watched it live. I watched it this morning. And today's Monday. The game's on Sunday. Every corner kick, Panama was like, we're not going to make any runs. We're just going to put 4 guys. They put 4 guys, like, on the goal line. And they're like, just hit it right there. We'll get one eventually. And every one of them that was, like, a good corner near the goalie, it was kind of dangerous.
Yeah.
It was only a matter of time.
Turner had to smack 2 over the bar.
Yeah.
I was low-key. I was like, Panama might be onto something. I hope they don't hear about this in the Premier League. Because it's going to be like we're watching Brentford and Millwall and all these teams. If you don't think they're going to get – you remember when Rory Delap was taking those 45-yard throw-ins and then every shitty team in England was like, we got to get some right winger that can throw the ball in 60 yards in the air.
No, I remember that. But it's – man – Matt Turner, bro, I was surprised at like how bad he was handling those crosses. If I'm completely honest with you,
man, it's almost like he hasn't been used playing against a high quality competition. It's almost like he hasn't been training every day with world class players and one of the 3 best coaches in the world.
Hey, you know what? When you're right, you're right. And now I wouldn't be surprised if Zach Steffen starts, but also I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't start because Berhalter is like actually horrible evaluator of talent because he's a coach in the MLS and he doesn't know talent when he sees it.
Well, I know he's a bad evaluator of talent when I saw Giassi Zardes on that starting the lineup card. I understand Ricardo Pepi can't play every minute of every game.
You subbed him out, bro. The last game, I don't even want to hear that shit. He subbed him out in like the 70th something minute. Like you gave him plenty of time with rest, bro. He wasn't going to play the full 90 probably again this game.
Yeah. No, I totally agree with you, man. I mean, they put him in as the savior. The U.S. immediately looked 10 times better as soon as they had somebody who could lay the ball off to midfield, play with their back to goal, link up play between the lines, make runs that are not just straight to the goalie, but also like come back to check the ball.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, bro.
Sorry. Let me just finish this real quick. The problem is not the rotation. My problem is who? Tim Weah could have started in place of Ricardo Pepi and been perfectly fine if you want somebody to get behind the defense and you want a pacey player to like stretch them vertically. Tim Weah would have been absolutely fine, but instead we played Giassi Zardes.
So Weah started, but he was on the wing. He's left wing. And
how many wingers do we have?
3, I guess.
Nah, bro. Leggett plays on the wing. Roldan plays on the wing.
Roldan
plays on the wing for Valencia.
Sergino
Dest would probably be better playing on the wing for U.S. than in the back.
He could play. I could see him on the wing.
Tim Weah plays out wide. Jordan Morris didn't get called into the squad. I think he got hurt.
Always hurt.
We got plenty of wide options, bro. Like, don't give me that shit.
Roldan is a center mid, bro. He's slow as shit. I can't. I don't want to see him on the wing.
I don't want to see him on the wing, but he plays there. He's just like a running up and down ass motherfucker who doesn't get tired, but he's not fast, and he doesn't have a particularly good final ball either.
Nah, you're right. The only thing I can really say is like, it's so weird that he had like the arrogance to think he could just play pretty much mostly the guys that were on the bench for the last game and think he could get a tie off. You know?
This is like these guys are pros too. All right, even though they're a fucking 1-star team on FIFA, they're still professional soccer players.
Yeah, no, Panama's straight.
Panama actually looked like they had some pride in who they were in their team. And they came out and pressed, and they looked like they wanted to be there. The whole time, Panama had intention behind their play. They had a sense of urgency. Like,
they did.
The U.S. was just, walking around going through the motions. They're like, we're way better than Panama. Like, we're going to figure it out eventually. We're going to have plenty of our chances. Let me tell you about their chances, Terry. All right?
Go ahead.
Their expected chances in this game, it was their lowest of any game under Berhalter in the last 4 years. They had
in the last 4 years?
Yep, in their last 4 years.
Jesus.
The 5 shots that they had, 0 on target, by the way. Didn't have a shot on target. All games.
The big one.
Fewest in the 40 games under Berhalter. Their expected goals, Terry, you ready for this?
Go ahead.
0.22. Expected goals was by far the worst under Berhalter. The previous low was 0.53. And we thought we played shitty. This was less than half of that.
Bro, it's just this team they played like garbage, bro. And that's the thing that worried me. Because it looks like he just put out a bunch of dudes that were tryhards. He literally just put out a team of 11 tryhards. And they didn't even try that hard, if I'm being completely honest.
There was a bunch of tryhards who had this attitude like they're supremely skilled maestros. All of you guys are squad players. None of you are Roman Riquelme, but for some reason you all think you are.
The next time I'm watching a game, because everybody keeps saying Berhalter is this guy who likes to connect passes. I don't even think they connected 5 passes in this game. And the next game I watch, I'm going to count the amount. I'm not even going to really watch the game just to watch. I'm going to count the amount of times they connect 5 actual positive passes going forward. Not just a bunch of passes in the back, just back and forth between center backs and fucking right backs and shit. Let me see some connections in the midfield. Because it's like a whole total disconnect. It seems like they're all 50 yards away from each other, each player.
You remember
they're not a team.
In the Jamaica game, they had all this audio, all these comments about the importance of challenging them vertically and making these vertical runs to get behind the defense. Well, in Panama, it was nothing but that. Nobody ever came back to the ball. It was like there's 5 dudes up there with the defensive line, and Kellen Acosta has the ball 10 yards in front of his center back. He's like, oh, well, I guess I'll play yet another long ball.
Oh, that's all he can do. I mean, I'd rather him do that than just try to lose it. But
I'd rather him just not play for America anymore.
I mean, that's what I was about to say.
I don't. The Kellen Acosta experience, we've tried it. It's been a decade of it. I don't want to see it anymore. I don't think he's better than you. When I see Kellen Acosta out there, I'm like, he's got the same body type as Terry. So don't tell me that Terry couldn't have made it to that level.
No, that is true.
Except he does one thing that you don't do, Terry. He insists on taking all of the free kicks and then only puts 1 out of 50 remotely near anybody. He's got the Danny Alves syndrome.
Acosta is very, 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 very lucky because he's part of the Trinidad and Tobago crew. He was on that lineup. And I don't think any of them should be on the team except for Pulisic.
Yep.
None of those dudes should ever come back on the team ever again. Unless you are completely dominating, in your league. And Kellen Acosta is not completely dominating in the league. And I don't have no stats to prove it, and I'm not watching him play because he's absolute garbage. But I'm just telling you right now, there's no way. If he's the best midfield, if he's a top 10 midfielder in MLS, then there's a bigger problem. we need to be like the Mexican national team. No more MLS players. If you play in the MLS, we're not picking you up. I'd rather fucking forfeit than see 11 MLS players play again. This shit is sad.
No,
The one dude, I'll give Walker Zimmerman credit because he did play well again in another game. But it's so hard for you, like, when you're a good defender, you have to still be connected with your other teammates. Like, you can't be just great and automatically think just because you got this one guy on your team, you're going to be great. They were all disconnected. If you're not connected as a team, as a 4, as a 3, and then as a 3, as a front 3, it's a waste of time. You're just running out there wasting your time.
well,
And that's what they did. It's a fucking cheap-ass set-piece goal that we gave up. But Panama could have scored some, like,
could have had
run-to-play goals.
they had the better chances. I think your point about the MLS players is a good one, but I think it's like we should almost do it like the Olympic team and shit. It's like, all right, we're only going to take you to the USA team if you play in the MLS and you're like 24 or younger. If you're 25 or older and you're playing the MLS, you're not good enough to play for America.
Yeah, man, get out of
You're a
here,
younger
bro.
cat and you're still coming up, that's fine. Ricardo Pepi, you know what I mean? Like Bello, who played at left back. You guys are fine. But Kellen Acosta, you're 32. You're playing for the fucking Dynamo. No.
Yeah, get out of here. Get out of here. And here's the thing, right? I'm going to continue to say this until you guys do not get completely washed by European 35-year-olds every time they come over and whip your fucking ass. All right? You're not good if you're getting cooked by a dude that's 35. You're done. You're absolute trash. And I don't want to hear that shit. MLS is a retirement league. That's where you go to retire and make your good American money, and you increase your brand when you're a European player. These MLS dudes that are 25, 26, and you're American, go get a chance somewhere else. Zach Steppen is a backup for Ederson at Man City. That's perfect. He could have started anywhere in the MLS.
It looks like Dallas has figured it out. Because like they have a little sneaky pipeline.
They're shipping
They
them.
put out.
Yeah.
They got 2 guys who are playing for Venezia right now in the Serie A in the first division, Italy.
Yeah.
Busio and some other kid, some white guy who plays forward. They had Matthew Hoppe, who played with them before, who they sold to like Schalke or somebody in Germany. Fucking Tyler Adams came up to their system too. They produced like 5 European quality players.
And that's great. That's great.
I don't know what.
That's what I want to see.
What are they doing that no other team in the MLS is doing? It's like every good prospect has come from the same team.
I don't know, man, but
They're probably allowing fucking black and brown kids to play soccer without charging them $4,000.
No, that's true. But also they're not like they're not always going to be like this top 5 team in the MLS. But what they do is they tell their players, which I've heard from like a couple of guys. You know, I'm not like this crazy scout of a bunch of dudes. I just know guys that were good at a high level and shit. They just said they don't want you to stay at FC Dallas. They want you to increase your career. Like their fans know they're going to come to the game. Like it's the only thing pretty much in the city for soccer. So they're just like, go to Europe. We don't care if you stay here. We're not going to be good. We're never going to recruit like 9 great players at one time. Just go. We don't care about FC Dallas.
Well, it's like they've figured it out because, you know, you sell 5 players for $3 million each to Europe. Mm-hmm. That's $15 million that you just brought into an MLS team to work with. No other team in the MLS has come fucking close to that shit. They're
not really.
It's the transfer record for the MLS for Daryl DK, and that's like fucking $9 million.
Who did he play for?
Played in
Orlando?
Second division in England.
Oh, okay. He came from Orlando, or did he come from FC?
Yeah, no, he came from
Orlando,
and then he went on loan.
Oh, okay. DK is fine, too. It's just...
He just can't finish. He can't play soccer.
Yeah. It's just like... And this will be the last thing I want to say, because we've gone 20 minutes on this shit. But, like, I'd rather see a bunch of fucking young ass teenagers from Bundesliga or La Liga or wherever other leagues in Europe and just see them play than watch some of these guys in the MLS. Like, I know experience matters and stuff, but if you lose 1-0 to Panama with a bunch of experienced players, is the shit really working?
I'm with you, bro. And it's not. I don't mind rotating the squad. I mind how you do it, and I'm the fact that like we saw Kellen Acosta instead of Busio. You know what I mean? We saw Sebastian Lenglet instead of Matthew Hoppe. Mm-hmm. You know, if you're going to rotate the squad, do it with people who can contribute at least.
Yeah. And if you're going to bring in MLS dudes, they have to be top 10. You got to be top 10 in the league. You're bringing in dudes that are, I mean, they're good on their team, but are they going to make the MLS All-Star team? If somebody's
on their team.
Yeah, like if I'm seeing some of these MLS dudes and they're not on the MLS All-Star team, get rid of the whole infrastructure of what you're doing. Because you're fucking it all up. The president of U.S. soccer needs to go. The coach definitely. He's one loss away. If he loses his game in Ohio, I think they're playing in Ohio, right? Mm-hmm. I believe they're playing in Columbus. Whoever they play next, I can't remember. Yeah. If they lose to Costa Rica or if they tie to Costa Rica, Berhalter's got to go. Like, MLS All-Star. If they don't make the All-Star team, you are not allowed to play for USA. That's all I'm saying. You show promise.
You're less than 23 years old.
Son, I'm fine with these dudes playing in friendlies. This is the World Cup qualifiers, bro. You can't be just fidgeting with the lineups. You can't make 7 lineup changes from a game you just had. Stop.
In 3 days.
Come on, bro. Stop. Stop, bro.
Hey, man. Well, you know what? Greg Berhalter isn't the only football coach on the hot seat, Terry. In fact, that leads us already to our... Can I get a drum roll, please?
Wow.
Line stepper of the week.
Let's go. Habitually.
Yep. We got 2 nominations. Habitually actually is a pretty good term for both these guys because both of them have things that have been following them from a decade ago that caught up to them a week ago. So let's start over in Oakland with John Gruden.
Oakland.
Yes, sir.
Now they are Las Vegas. But
yeah, that's right. He never would have had the balls to say this shit when they were in Oakland.
So you want the direct quote of what he said?
I want the direct quote. So this was in an email that John Gruden sent out 10 years ago while he was working for ESPN.
All right.
Talking about the director of the NFLPA, DeMaurice Smith.
Direct quote from John Gruden's lips talking about another man's lips. Quote unquote. John Gruden said about DeMaurice Smith's lips. Had lips the size of Michelin tires. Oh my god, dude. Now, first off, you wanted to talk about this. I mean, it's a hot topic. We had to get a little discussion on it. What are your thoughts on this comment by John Gruden?
My thoughts are this. This is what my inspiration and one of my idols, R.I.P., Patrice O'Neal, he termed this white tricks.
Okay.
And that's what this is, white tricks. So he comes out, John Gruden writes this email, compares the size of his lips to tires. Now, when he's asked to address it 10 years later, this is the white trickery.
Yeah.
He goes, oh, yeah, I was saying that he had rubber lips. Saying that he speaks carelessly, that he speaks about other people, that he can't keep secrets. You know that expression that he has rubber lips?
Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah, that's what he's trying to do. He's like, oh, no, it's not racist. You guys just don't read enough. It's a really old expression.
Oh, John.
You didn't say that his lips were like Michelin tires. You said they were bigger than Michelin tires. It wasn't about the material of what they were made of. You were talking about the size. John Gruden. You said
lips the size.
All right. And now
lips the size of John
Gruden. His way out of this and be like, I don't have a racist bone in my body. I've been leading black men for 30 years, and I'm going to continue to do so. They picked up on it, bro. They picked up on it. You know, as a black man, that slick shit. You can't act like you don't notice it, but you do. You make a mental fucking check.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it might not be too long before he loses that locker room, bro. Because as one of his players, like, I definitely would be like, oh, so, like, you're one of them now. Like, you're one of the people that, like, as soon as, like, we leave the room and it's all white people, like, now it's a whole different conversation going on. Now we can really be ourselves.
Yeah. He see, this is the thing when you get to these positions like him, man, you got to be real careful about what the fuck you're doing. You know what I'm saying? And this one, it kind of sucks because, like, in a way, if he would have just doubled down on it and just would have been like, look, I don't like this guy, and I just said he had big lips. Like, it wasn't racist. If he was a white dude, I probably would have just said the same shit. Like, he just had them big lips. Yeah. I'm sorry that I said it.
He should have done the Troy Aikman shit. And he should have been like, yeah, Troy Aikman got some big-ass lips, too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like,
But no, he messed up. He tried to sneak it with the fucking the rubber lips shit.
See, that's dumb. And then, like, he shouldn't even have made it, like, racial. He shouldn't have said, like, I'm not racist, blah, blah, blah. Now you're making us think that you are because you're saying it. You don't, you completely fumbled this whole thing. You fumbled it, John. You fumbled it, bro. And you don't even, like, the trickery makes it seem more of, like, oh, he actually might be a little racist.
Yep. I'll tell you what, John, you're not going to get saved by the tuck rule on this fumble. All right?
He didn't get saved by that one, boy. That was, like, the opposite. But, John messed up, man. It's unfortunate because in his profession, bro, you got to be a little more polished and buttoned down. And if I were him, I would have been like, look, man, Demarius Smith got big lips. I don't know what to tell you. It is what it is. Like, next question. That's it. I'm not going to sit here and say I think John Gruden is racist, but now that, like, the way that he apologized in a way of trying to make us feel stupid for interpreting what he's actually said, like, verbatim. So, come on, bro. It's like, now I'm thinking,
Nick, you're trying to act like you're supporting people, but you really just got mad and said some racist shit, and that's what fucking happened. And now you want to come back and rewrite the narrative and all this shit. And I was talking about it. Jay Maurice Smith spreads rumors.
I didn't even hear that. I can't believe he even said that. I thought he was just apologizing for saying, like, something racist. And to be honest with you, just saying somebody has big lips, and I get it. Michelin tires are black. Demarius Smith's lips are black. I get it. But I don't think that statement in itself is racist. I think
it's why he did it. Is that, like, he got in an argument with him, so then he emailed somebody else talking shit about him. Like, first of all, if I saw somebody with big ass lips that was, like, big to the point where they're remarkable, where I'd, like, want to comment on them to other people, I wouldn't type it up and send it in the email.
Bro. Yo, everybody's got to stop this email.
Those, bro. You know, like, hey, you see the lips? Hey, you see the big ass lips?
Everybody's got to stop with this paper trail shit, all right? Come on now. You know this shit is coming back to life. Emails, tweets, anything you post, anything you send.
I'm not supporting that. I'm not supporting whoever the fuck got jilted and fired from the Raiders or whatever. And then they're like, oh, yeah? Well, I'm going to go back through my inbox for the last 15 years. And the one thing that you said, like, that shit is childish and it's petty. And I don't like promoting that type of gotcha climate where it's like, you see it all the time, too, with, like, fucking athletes and stuff. You know, baseball players, they draft some fucking pitcher, and then next thing you know, they go through his tweets when he was 13 years old, and he, like, said the N-word as a tweet in part of, like, a lyrics to a Lil Wayne song or something.
Yeah. No, I got you. I hear what you're saying. I mean, I don't know, man. The statement itself, it's an insult. I didn't think it was, like, a racial thing, but really just for us, because, you know, I'm not going to automatically think somebody is racist just because they said something like this, but it's the way that you tried to, like,
it was the cover-up, bro. It's just like Watergate. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Nobody
pretty
would have
much.
given a fuck if Nixon was like, you guys caught me or whatever. But
Yeah.
he tried to hide it from everybody and cover it
Yeah.
up and obfuscate.
I like that word. I'll tell you what, that boy John Gruden, you're about to see the Raiders go on a tear of wins because John Gruden is about to fucking draw up the best plays he's gotten his whole fucking entire life, man. Like, he might lose the locker room, but
Hey,
the execution might be crazy. He'd be like, look, Derek,
I tell you what,
these
man,
fucking plays are going to be crazy.
I tell you what, Spider 2, Y banana. Back in the end zone, man. You know what he's doing back there when he's in the back of the end zone?
Yeah. I don't. Do you think because the owner is what's the dude's name, son? The great owner. I'm forgetting his name. Davis. Yeah, Al Davis' son is the owner. He's not. He's not going to care too much about this. Al Davis' son seems like he don't give a shit about anything. So like Gruden,
Davis' son's haircut.
yeah,
This motherfucker, I promise you, he don't give a fuck. He's a billionaire that walks around looking like that. He himself look like.
son. Davis ain't really worried about it. But if the Raiders start losing, Gruden will be more on the hot seat. I don't think like he's actually on a super hot seat, but give it 5 weeks and they're not, close to first place in the division, it might be a bigger problem than what Gruden thought it actually was going to be.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know how these things do, man. When you're winning,
Yeah.
if they were like 4-0 and they won against the Bears,
Oh yeah,
they'll forget about this shit by week 8.
that's the thing. They got
3 more.
yeah.
This whole thing is going to be about. They're going to have fucking in the press conference room. They're going to have a stack of tires in the back.
Yep. And then that's the like a Michelin tires back there. See, that's the thing. And people won't admit it to themselves that they don't give a damn if the team wins, but they only care if your team is losing. If the Raiders would have smacked the Bears like 40-7, you'd still talk about it, but it wouldn't be like A block on everybody's shit. Everybody's like, oh, Gruden said some crazy shit, but the Raiders won 47. All right, who cares? Next week, you better smack the team. If you keep losing, it's going to be a problem. Urban Meyer and the Jacksonville Jaguars are absolutely fucking horrible. That's why they're like, yo, we need to get him out of here. He's doing stupid shit. We need to get him out of here. And that could be a good segment right here.
Glad you brought up our second nominee then from 1 to 2.
Yeah.
Urban Meyer, a nominee number 2 for Line Stepper of the Week. Terry Urban, the Bengals played the Jaguars last Thursday in Ohio, in Cincinnati or whatever.
Yep.
After the game, Urban Meyer declined to fly back with his team to Florida as every other coach in the NFL for the last 60 years has always done. He said, guys, I'm going to spend one more night down here in Ohio. I got some family I'd like to see.
Hanging out. He said he was hanging out with his nephews and nieces or something like that, or grandchildren or some shit like that.
Video emerges the next day. Urban Meyer at his bar that he owns in Ohio.
Yeah.
Sitting down, leaning on a stool. He's got some 20-something girl who's twerking on him, and he's got his hand up her skirt.
See, you saw that. I didn't see that. I just saw Urban with his hands like this, and the girl's grinding on his leg. That's all I saw.
Yep. Then that's all I saw at first too. Then you know how the internet is, bro. So
There's a second view?
huh?
They got a second angle on it?
Bro, they had deep dives. They hit them over. They're like, enhance. Enhance.
Oh my god.
They got all the way. They got one pixelated finger that you just see.
Oh man.
But-
hey, bro.
We're
Go ahead,
laughing this
go
off, but Urban isn't, bro.
Oh, no.
He's definitely
Hey, Urban is stressing, though.
And-
He is stressing.
just like John Gruden. The cover up was worse than the crime. Then he tries to tell everybody, I don't know this girl. It's just some random girl at the bar who's dancing on me.
Yep.
No, she's an employee of yours. She works there. Y'all,
She was?
yes. It's like y'all clearly have had an ongoing relationship, like an affair on your wife with this bitch for some time. that you felt comfortable enough finger popping her in the middle of your own bar while somebody was camera phoning you.
Damn, son, I thought it was a random joint. I thought it was a random girl.
Yeah, that's what he tried to make you think. She works there.
I thought that. So that's what they were trying to do because they were doing it together.
Yes,
they were doing it together.
Yeah,
because she posted a picture. She was like, "Who is this man? He keeps flirting with me." Blah blah blah. She took a picture and posted that shit like on I think Snapchat or like TikTok or something. And I'm just like,
y'all not stupid. Like, you live in a worldwide community now where everyone's connected, everyone's a photographer, everyone's a journalist, and they're going to be talking about this on FS1, ESPN, Yahoo Sports, you name it. It's not, it's not like someone's just going to like be like, oh, I'll take her for her word. We won't do any deeper dive to see who this person is.
This ain't the 90s no more, man. You can't get away with being this stupid.
These are billion-dollar organizations.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you're fucking with their money.
Yeah.
And you thought
because the owner
were going to investigate? I've never seen an owner put out like a statement like that on a coach that's still employed.
Yeah.
He was like, we are shamed. We're humiliated, appalled, disgusted.
Oh, man. Hey, Urban, it's going to be, if he still has his job in the next couple of weeks, it'd be a damn miracle, bro. I'm telling you.
Bro, yeah. He's, the way the Jacksonville Jaguars have been playing, he might find himself out of a job, getting up out of that city before you know it. I don't know.
Pretty much.
By what do you think? By January, do you think he'll have to change his name to Rural Meyer?
Rural Meyer instead of Urban. I like it. Your boy is in trouble, man. But this is a funny thing because, like, this is another one of those situations where definitely what we were saying, the cover up is worse than what the crime is. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, it seemed like it was just literally two mutual people flirting with each other in public. And it could have just been Urban is cheating on his wife. All right, whatever. But no, we got to make it this big-ass story where some random girl that Urban is, nope, don't start doing that shit. Don't start doing that shit. Now we dig deep. And now it turns out it's some girl you've been having sex with for a while. Now y'all trying to make all this big story. Now it looks crazy. It looks stupid. That's why you're apologizing for it. You're just like, damn, I completely fluffed this up.
Bro,
it could have been nothing.
I'll tell you who needs to apologize, and that's Urban's wife to her.
What did she say? She said something, too.
She out here looking like the dumbest hoe in the world. Like, fucking having a child lock when you drive around kids with no arms. Like,
Helen Keller
get
kids
behind this man for, like, his fifth scandal and be like the supporting wife who, like,
she don't care.
Believe that he's actually this guy. How many times do you go stand by this motherfucker? You look like an idiot.
Bro, she doesn't give a damn. I think it's one of those, like, Melania Trump type joints. Like, look, we just together just because we together. We ain't fucking each other.
I think it was more like that, remember that senator? I forget he was. He was like
Which one?
It's like the dude who like got caught trying to get his dick sucked in the bathroom of an Atlanta airport. He's like,
which one? There's been thousands of them.
But the one where his press conference, his wife was there. Like, I just want to support my gay husband.
Here's the thing. Like, we just can't fathom that someone is like that naive or like that's dumb to, stay with him. I think she just doesn't, like, they have an agreement where she doesn't care.
It's just open and it's like, she's like, Urban, like, you're on the road fucking 40 weeks out of the year anyway. I get my swerve on too.
The Urban, and I don't know, in his apologies, I think he did apologize like to his wife or like for his wife or whatever, but really, he really wasn't doing it for his wife. He was just doing it to save his job. Because she was like, look, bro, you need to go out there and you need to keep this fucking job because we need these millions coming in. Otherwise, I'm leaving your dumb ass for real this time. You need to have a job.
Right.
Because Urban doesn't need to be a coach.
Changed my last name from fucking like Busio to Meyer Women so that we could live in Jacksonville and then you could not get paid.
Exactly. I'm just saying, like, they're not together, bro. I can forgive you after 1. 2 is wild. 2, you ride or die, right? 3, you're just an idiot. 4 and 5, come on, stop. They're not together. Stop it.
They can't.
Come on,
I hope for her sake, Ms. Meyer.
You're not calling her Mrs.?
Nah, it should be Ms. You're not Mrs. He don't treat you like the Mrs. You're not a Mrs. Ms. Meyer.
Yeah.
I hope that you take a good, long, hard look in the mirror and realize, even though my husband is successful and rich and all this other shit, when I divorce him, I'm going to get half of it anyway. And then I'll be rich and successful.
No, that's true. I mean, that's what I'm telling you. Like, I don't think she cares. I think she just goes around town. She's like, yeah, I'm Miss Meyer. I get a bunch of free shit. Like, I just want to be his wife, but, you know, I'm fucking the pool boy.
All right. Well, then, you know what? That's, like, this is actually not what I want to see. I think you've just, like, opened Pandora's box. Now, it's like, I want to see the reply. I want to see the diss track. I want to see Urban Meyer's wife start her own OnlyFans.
Yo,
She's like, you know what, Urban? Since you out here in the streets, I am too. And I'm going to fuck the pool boy. I'm going to fuck the PR guy from the Jaguars in the equipment room. How about that?
This is what I'm saying. I think Urban is done. The only thing that can save his job is probably his wife, like, saying something publicly to defend him. Because I think he's pretty much...
Nobody gives a fuck what she has to say anymore. You lost credibility. You lost all credibility, bro.
Urban's done. But, like, we already knew Urban was a piece of shit. He said crazy shit, like, for years.
He recruited murderers and then, like, tried to sweep their shit under the rug. Do you know how many rapes he swept under the rug at Florida? They had a whole fucking investigation that he quit.
Oh, Florida was going crazy.
Yeah.
That's why he became an analyst. He was like, yo, I'm getting out of here.
Then that shit ran out, and he was like, oh, I'm going to jump to Ohio State. Then he got a bunch of fucking allegations, sanctions and shit there. He was like, oh,
same exact thing.
Jacksonville.
I'm going to NFL, baby. You can't get in trouble in the NFL. Nope.
Bro,
wrong.
They had all this making fun of Arthur Smith because somebody put a believe sign in his locker like Ted Lasso. And they're like, oh, Arthur Smith, he might be the next Ted Lasso. He's going over to London to play the football game. Urban Meyer might be the first Ted Lasso because there's nowhere to go once you already got kicked out of college and you got kicked out of the NFL. You're going to be coaching for the Barcelona Dragons before you know it.
Yeah. I mean, his reputation is done now because he was the greatest college football coach. Now that's done. Nick Saban got that title. Easy. No, you got too many allegations.
I could do a whole podcast on this, but Pete Carroll.
Oh, you think he's the number one guy? But anyways, you know.
Pete Carroll won a natty, and he won a Super Bowl. Him and Jimmy Johnson, only motherfuckers do that. But go on.
No, I said college football coach. That's what I was saying. Nick Saban is the best college football coach. Urban had the title. But now, Urban is a shell of a man. He's a shell of a man. He's in shambles. To be honest with you, if I'm completely honest, when I saw the video, I was just like, he just looks like he's in his element.
Yeah.
He didn't even look uncomfortable. He was like, I know someone's filming this. I don't care. It ain't even that big a deal. One, the fact that you even took a picture with the girl is like, what the fuck are you doing? It's like, he didn't even care. At that point, he's like, I want to get caught. I don't even think he wants to coach in Jacksonville anymore. I think he's done. You don't pose for that picture. He looked in the camera, too. He was like, oh, shit. You can see his face. He's like,
oh, fuck.
My life. But, hey, man.
I think Jacksonville, that statement, I heard a lot of, like, reporting. They're trying to get him on cause and fire him for cause so they don't have to pay him the rest of his contract.
Oh, I like that. Hey, get him out of there with no pay. He's a piece of shit anyways. He didn't deserve the job to begin with.
Nah, he didn't. And this is what happens when you take, like, college coaches that run their collegiate program like a fiefdom, which they're like the, head dude and everything runs through them and they have to control every narrative and all the players have to kiss their dick. It's like, dude, you're in the NFL now with guys who played this game at a higher level than you've ever coached. They understand, like, toughness on a level that you've never done, like, mental and physically. And they're richer than you. They have the power. Like, you're not finna just talk to me any type of way, dude. I'm worth $40 million myself.
Exactly. So,
So that shit ain't gonna fly over here in the locker room with grown men. You talking down to us like holding carrots. The carrot or the stick, that shit doesn't work. You got to connect with your players, make them believe in you, and nobody believes in them now.
Hell no.
They he canceled the practice the next day afterwards.
Yeah,
didn't have practice because of the incident.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't have the team meeting. Didn't address this in the team meeting with the whole team. He went individually to each position group. 30 seconds, and told them to he didn't know this girl and all this stuff, lying to them, saying the same shit. That was just a distraction, and that he would never put the team in a bad spot again, all this shit. He literally closed the door, and the report is that everyone just busted out laughing. As soon as he leaves the room, he steps into the hallway, and then he just hears,
"Hey man." It's over for him, man. If he keeps it, whatever. The NFL is just a bunch of pieces of shit anyway. I don't care. Not all the coaches, but a bunch of the dudes in the organization are just worthless. Whatever, dude. Jacksonville sucks. You already sucked to get the number 1 pick, and you're about to fucking go 0-16 again. Who are you gonna get? Another quarterback? What do you do? What do you do? You can't draft 5 linemen. Your team is bad. It is what it is. Urban's gone. Jacksonville is a shit town now. It's done. It's done.
I got an unrelated question that's somewhat related, Terry.
Go ahead.
How much longer does Jacksonville need to suck before they relocate the team?
You get 2 back-to-back number 1 picks. I mean,
they suck good. I've been a football fan since 1997.
Right? They've been good twice, right?
I think they've been good once. No, twice. The one year with Jack Del Rio when they had David Garrard, and then when they had fucking Jalen Ramsey and that good ass defense, but they still had Blake Bortles.
Yeah.
Every other season they've been a fucking dumpster fire.
Yeah, they've been bad. They're just one of those teams that are they're just a horrible organization, bro. The owner is not even that good of an owner either, and I think he's new. I really don't know much about them, but they're just a fucking horrible team. They're fucking horrible.
They're just lucky the Lions are around, so people forget how inept and shitty the Jaguars have been.
But see, the Lions have longevity, though. They've been in the NFL since, the 50s, I believe, The Jaguars were invented in, the 90s?
Yeah.
Early 2000s, maybe? Let me look at this shit real quick.
It was the 90s, right?
1993.
Yep.
93, and so far they don't deserve to still have a franchise.
No,
they really don't.
It's been 28 years that y'all been
27.
You've had fucking 2 decent seasons.
Yeah,
Other 25 have been horrible. Do we need to watch another 25 years of this in Jacksonville before we fucking move these guys to Louisville or something?
3 good seasons. They won the AFC, their division 3 times: 98, 99, 2017. And they've been there since 93. They're bad. I mean, the Panthers are around the same age as them, and they've had way longer, better, more better seasons than them.
They've had an actual team. I'm surprised in terms of jersey sales. I wonder what percentage, over the last 25 years, do you think Jaguars jerseys have been sold at a 1 to 15 clip to Cowboys jerseys? 1 to 25? 1 to
50.
40?
It's gotta be at least 1 to 50.
What player would you buy a jersey with their name on the back?
Fred Taylor and Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah.
That's all I can think of. Because here's the thing. They drafted Leonard Fournette. He was complete garbage really fast. They've drafted a bunch of really good wide receivers too. And they were all trash. I don't even remember a lot of the dudes that have been on their team. I know our receiver from the Bears. What the freak is his name? You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, he was there. He was really good, but that was the one year they were good, 2017. He was there. Their team, I don't know. They just don't develop talent. It is what it is. They suck.
They just don't have anyone good, and you haven't for a long time. And so I'm saying it here first. Let's put them on the clock, bro.
Get them out of here.
10 years. If by 2030 You haven't won a play. You haven't at least been to the
AFC Championship.
Yeah, it's the AFC Championship game. You got to move the team.
You have to.
Yeah,
they gotta go. They gotta go.
They
gotta go. There's no reason Florida doesn't need 3 NFL teams.
No.
Especially not in Jacksonville. Come on, bro. How the hell did Jacksonville even? That's the only professional team they have. I don't think they have any other sport in Jacksonville. If I'm not mistaken, if I'm thinking about it, that's the only professional team they got there.
I mean, it's a marvel that they even got that one.
They've sucked for 24 years.
I don't know who looked at Jacksonville and was like, this is a nice swamp city. Let's put an NFL team here. There's only 32 of them.
Tampa Bay, the people barely care. They barely care.
How did Jacksonville get in front of Orlando?
I have no idea, man. I really don't know. But Jacksonville has the Jaguars, and that's it.
Congratulations. That meme where it's like the dude who's like on the podium that there's 40 people ahead of him, and he's celebrating his fucking like participation medal. And they just put him on the podium. He's like, but it's the Papa John's like, better ingredients, better pizza, Papa does, and he's shooting off the champagne, and he finished in 38th place.
Hell yeah. Yo, they're horrible, man. But you want to move on to another scandal?
I do. The last scandal?
Scandal? Yeah.
Well, I guess those are our 2 nominees for Line Step of the Week, though.
Y'all choose.
We're going to not put up the Instagram poll, so...
Put it in the comments. Put it in the comments of the YouTube channel.
There we go. Hey, like the video if you're voting for Gruden, and comment if you're voting for Matt Meyer.
Urban. We're
going to get like 3 spam profiles and comments like links to fucking Bitcoin shit in China. Looks like Urban Meyer won the vote.
Yeah. But anyways, what we got?
Man, sorry, that steely gaze that you gave me just threw me off a little bit. Made me.
We're just moving on to another cougar, shall you say? Not a jaguar, but
another cat of prey.
Yeah, you can say that.
Feline that'll fuck you up. Sage Steele,
no disrespect.
My favorite anchors on ESPN.
Yeah, she's great.
She's been great for a really long time. Had a very big crush on her back in high school.
Yeah, you did. You were wilding out too. You were wilding with it too. You know, this guy.
Don't put me on blast that much, man.
No.
Terry, we're making.
You thought, and this is going to be our cyst region of the pod. You thought that Sage Steele looked better than Carrie Champion, bro? You were wilding out. And you admitting it now? Are you admitting that you were wilding?
No.
Or you still going with it?
Yeah, I'm still going with it.
Oh, my God. Yeah, you're crazy. You're crazy. You are absolutely crazy, bro. That's unbelievable. Go ahead. You tell the story.
I don't even want to tell the story anymore. I've been
embarrassed. No.
I've been humiliated. I feel like the owner of the Jaguars. Oh, man. I don't have the exact quotes, Terry, but Sage Steele was just put on like administrative leave by ESPN she went on somebody's podcast and talked about issues of blackness and gave her perspective as a black woman. She questioned Barack Obama's eagerness to identify himself as a black man, seeing as he was raised by all white family members. Yeah. And she was put on administrative leave for voicing these opinions because they did not represent the values of ESPN. Basically, what this is an old white man censoring what a black woman who has a point of view, experience, and like what she was speaking on was directly affecting her life. And he's saying what you had to say, your views on your own blackness cannot be reproduced here, reciprocated, or even respected. Yeah. And you embarrassed our whole company by how you think about your blackness. and that sat really wrong with me. I got the exact quote here.
You're 100% right though.
The bullshit, the press release they put out here. This is the statement.
That's what ESPN said.
Yes, this is what ESPN said. I've never heard a more contradictory statement in my entire life. Other than when you come to a fork in the road, go straight. They said at ESPN, we embrace different points of view. Dialogue and discussion make this place great. That said, we expect that those points of view be expressed respectfully in a manner consistent with our values and in line with our internal policies. So basically, if you work for ESPN, you gotta espouse the views of Walt fucking Disney and the other people who are running the Disney Corporation and parrot how they feel about like the world. Is that what you're telling me?
That boy Disney. And we all know that Disney was a wild, wild boy.
Yeah.
And incredibly racist back in the day.
Yeah.
So basically they're saying, and correct me if I'm wrong. Say you're a white man. You're commenting on the way some other white man grew up. So you can't talk about that. That's pretty much in the eyes of what I'm hearing, right?
Yeah.
She is a mixed race person. She had, a white parent and a black parent. And Obama had a white parent and a black parent. And she was basically saying she doesn't understand why he is identified as black because he was raised by his white grandma and his white mom. And that's what she was talking about. And she can talk about it because she knows how it is growing up as a mixed person in America. And ESPN basically was like, nope, you can't talk about that.
Yep.
You're suspended.
Denying an opportunity to have an actual interesting conversation with. Yeah. This is one of the people who not only did she have an experience as a mixed race woman in America that makes this relevant and meaningful to her, but she's also in a position where she's on camera and has been for decades, where she's comfortable coming in front of other people, expressing her beliefs, knowing that there's going to be dissent, and finding the right words for her. This isn't like a construction worker that you put on the spot and you're like, go represent yourself on TV. It's a person who's been representing herself and how she believes on TV for decades. And so you don't think it's relevant, her beliefs on this, or it's embarrassing, or that it's not respectful or consistent with their values?
Yeah, that's a little wild. And I'm gonna be very careful about the key words that I say while I'm about to say this. ESPN is getting a little bit too sensitive. This is where, as a society, we're getting a little too sensitive on what you can say and what you can't say, on and off camera. This shit is kind of wild. What she said was directly a representation of how she grew up and how she feels and what she was saying. She is valid in what she's saying. There's no one who has more credentials in saying what the fuck she said about Obama. I understand if it was some other person with a different race that said the shit. But she literally is the same exact race as this dude. Quote unquote, different nationalities and blah, blah, blah. But what the fuck? She can't say she didn't even say anything bad. All she said was, I don't see how he identifies as black because he grew up with two white people.
Yep. And then the other thing.
What the fuck is the problem?
The other part, I think that it was kind of like a double thing in here, is that she was speaking on black people's distrust of the vaccine. And why so many black people proportionally are not getting it. Why you see all this rhetoric out there about don't trust what these people have you put in your bodies. When you see Kyrie talking about how requiring to get the vaccine is modern day slavery. You know what I mean? These are issues that resonate with people across this nation. That distrust that she's explaining is stuff that millions of people feel. And it's not invalid.
Yeah, that's true.
Has their government that's supposed to have their best interest, right?
Yeah.
Litanies of atrocities committed with intention against black people to suppress, keep them down, control the like power and wealth. So why would you not be skeptical at the very least of something like this? You know, at the end of the day, everyone has to make their own decision. I got vaccinated. I advocate for other people to get vaccinated. But am I going to vilify somebody for being distrustful, at least, for wanting to do their own research, for being a dissenting opinion? You know, the Tuskegee experiments happened. Our government, who intentionally infected our citizens, our military, with syphilis. See how they react.
Nah, you're right. And then, like, what I'm saying is, and the media has a big part of the blame with the whole vaccination thing. It's a totally different conversation, but, like, you're silencing people on something that you don't know anything about. Like, you cannot suspend somebody for saying something that she just shouldn't be suspended for talking about who she is, pretty much. And talking about Obama's life, and she relates more to his life than you as an ESPN head. And I don't know who you are, but I'm pretty sure you don't relate to what the fuck she was talking about. I can't see a whole board of ESPN people being like, yeah, what she said was wrong. How can 6 straight people be like, yeah, what she said is wrong? No one should say that. Suspend her. We're getting a little too sensitive with this shit. And the media is a part.
This sensitive part, though, it's like starting to get scary for me. And the scary part is this. If I don't publicly, like, say everything that the dude who owns the company believes, now I can get fired? I can't be an employee and have my own internal beliefs? No, as soon as I express how I feel, now that is not respectful in a manner consistent with our values, and I can lose my job because of that? Yeah. So where does this stop, right? If this continues, like, all right, so I work for a bar, and this bar owner, let's say it's Urban Meyer, wants everyone in the place, outside of your work to support Trump and be vocal about these issues and whatever. While you're off the clock. Yeah. Sage Steele, she wasn't on an ESPN show when she said this.
She was on Jay Cutler's podcast.
Yes. She is not on the clock. So now we have to, for the other, if I work for you 8 hours a day, for the other 16 hours a day, I have to live my life in a way that's consistent with my employer's values?
Yeah.
Fuck no.
And then it's crazy because also you're kind of like, you're silencing her in a way, but also like all the people who work at ESPN, if they're not as big as fucking like Stephen A. Smith, and he even gets in trouble for shit, you're just like basically saying like, you can only work for us. If you go on another show, you got to be really, really, really careful of what you say. They are just fucking people who talk about sports, bro. They're not fucking like the president. We don't need to hold them to this high-ass standard of what the things that they need to talk about. They just fucking having a conversation, bro. And it was a good conversation. So I'm just not understanding. Like, ESPN is getting ridiculous. A lot of these companies are getting crazy.
A great conversation right now. Talking about the conversation they try to prevent.
Exactly. And if you're not going to allow your on-air talent who's on TV talking about shit, allow them to get on other platforms and have interesting, intelligent conversations, then I don't even know what the fuck we're doing as a people, ESPN. No. This is why I don't be watching their shit.
They don't want real conversations.
That's why I don't watch a lot of their shit.
They just want Stephen A. to yell at Dominique Foxworth.
Yeah, I watch a lot more Fox Sports 1, and it's not because I like Stephen A. more than anybody on Fox Sports 1, but it's like the way ESPN has been going with their content, it's not. I feel like they're just socially unaware of shit. They're just not trying to be socially aware about anything. They don't want to talk about these topics. They just do it because they have to talk about it. And then when the people are on the camera talking about the shit, they say something controversial. Anything that has any type of controversy in it, they're just like, oh, you're suspended. Every fucking time. Every fucking time they have a conversation about something and they don't agree with it, they just suspend them. Fox Sports doesn't do that shit ever.
They should probably just treat everyone like they do Stephen A. Smith. Like, how many things that Stephen A. Smith said that he was like had to apologize for on air and make reparations for and whatever? There's a lot of insensitive things that he said. But you know what? That's what happens when you're broadcasting like on radio and on TV for 6 hours a day. I'm talking to a microphone. over the course of 10 years, I'm going to have some comments that maybe I would have wanted to walk back or that I didn't think out all the way. That doesn't mean that he should be fired. Like,
no, not at all.
Let him
but like
apology, like you said, these are not people who you should be looking to be your role models.
No, they're just fucking people talking about sports. Like, she didn't even say anything crazy, bro. This is the crazy shit about it. I wonder how mad she is, and she can't even say anything though. She can't say shit because she's gonna get fired and lose all her money. But I know about her life because I listened to her on another podcast before. I know that she works and her husband doesn't work. So she's the only one making the money. So not right now, she's shutting the fuck up and just trying to get the money. But if it was up to her, I bet you she would have tried to go off on them. She's just like, bro, how can you tell me what to say about some shit you don't
know? You know what, bro? Rachel Nichols is like, I told you, bitch. Don't fucking listen to me. Everyone vilified me.
Yep, Rachel's back, baby. And I haven't seen Rachel on the jump in a while.
They canceled her. She's done.
They fired her?
Yeah.
Or did she quit?
No. They took away her show. They took her off all the broadcasts.
Damn.
She's an employee without anything to do. She just walks around the fucking hallways playing, what is it? Rochambeau with people or whatever.
That's crazy. Hey, Rachel, come work for us.
Rachel, you can write the opening monologues for our podcast.
She's a fuck, bro. That's crazy. But hey, man, if this is what they want to do, this is what they want.
This is what happens.
I don't watch ESPN.
This is what happens when you are guided by that you want the appearance of that you're more concerned with the appearance of looking virtuous than actually being virtuous, right?
My thing is
Fonte bar is like, did you really want to win or just look good losing? And They would rather look woke and look progressive, and look like they're taking the moral high ground. And I can't believe that somebody would espouse these beliefs. But really, and by adopting this position where you're so scrupulous and morally advanced than other people, now you're participating in the same cycle that's been pissing everyone off, which are these rich, powerful white men shutting down black voices, brown voices, voices of women, people who don't agree with you, who don't espouse your values, are now dangerous or disrespectful.
Hey, they canceled.
That's not moral high ground. That's not having scruples. That's not being woke.
Not at all. Not at all. Not canceling conversations. You canceled Highly Questionable Stephen A. show. It was a great fucking show. Good conversations. You canceled His and Hers. They put them on the 6 o'clock block. And it was a great fucking show. And all because Jamel Hill said something about Donald Trump, who is fucking insane at times. But no, can't talk about him. If you don't want to have good conversations, just play fucking reruns of sports all day. I'm not watching your sports shows.
No, I'm out.
I only watch your shit.
Max Kellerman was my favorite pundit. Learned so much from him.
Yeah, and he's on a good show with Keyshawn and Jay Will.
I actually listened to that podcast.
That's one of the ones. That's one of the ones I watch, but that's it. And y'all lucky I'm watching it because I like Jay Will, I like Keyshawn, and I like Max. I'm watching that shit. But if you're gonna cancel the shit that they're talking about, we out. And I noticed on their show they don't really talk about a whole lot of crazy stuff. They mostly keep it sports, but I know all three of them can talk about a whole bunch of different things. So we'll see how it goes, man.
I mean,
we'll definitely see how it goes.
To your point, bro. Max Kellerman, Columbia educated.
Yeah.
Jason Williams, Duke educated.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Keyshawn Johnson didn't really go to class.
Keyshawn is he's a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, he's an everyman.
He knows what he's talking about, though.
He does. I just want to give him a hard time. Well, listen, man, I think that's enough bitching about ESPN for one day, besides the fact that they don't play enough of the Falcons games. You want to get into some actual NFL things that happened over this weekend?
Yeah, we can go NFL.
All right, let's go NFL, bro. We'll start with you and your team. The Justin Fields watch, you said it's begun. You said you started watching the games now that he's behind center. This is game number 2 for Justin Fields. He beat up on the racist-ass Raiders coach.
A pretty good Oakland team, but I think we caught him at a good time.
Yeah, I think you did too. Well, tell me about this game, Terry. What stood out to you as a Bears fan?
Basically, man, they kind of continued on what they were doing last week. A lot more 6 to 7 men protection. Not a whole lot of screens and shit, but, you know, they ran the ball consistently. It was a lot more shorter passes, not a bunch of...
out, too, wasn't he?
The main one was out, yeah. But they still kept it on the ground a decent amount. And, it helps when you do go ahead in the game. And the defense played really well. Special teams was good, too. So, Justin Fields, you keep him on his feet. He looks pretty good. But, I mean, that's almost any quarterback. But he can actually throw the ball. So, you give him time, then he's good to go. Whatever you all did the first week he started, never do it again. So I can see, if I can see that a coach can adjust to things, then we can have a conversation about you continuing to have a contract next year. But what I saw that first week was fucking crazy. I'm going to need to see more weeks of this.
Yeah.
But so far, the back-to-back wins, they look good.
Yeah.
That's because you let him have time to throw the ball, though, you know? Treat him like a rookie, bro. Don't treat him like he's been in the league for 12 years.
Yeah.
All right. Positive momentum. And the defense of the Bears, watch out, bro.
They looked like that team that I was like, you got to look out for teams that can run the ball and stop the run when it's cold as fuck outside.
Yeah.
They look.
But I am worried about our main running back.
They're like, bro, we're not even going to score 20 points combined between both of us. All right? We're going to beat you like it's still 1980-something.
Hell yeah.
It's going to be a slow, ugly game, and we're just going to grind this bitch out. But
yeah, no, they do.
That's actually like a huge strength because there's something about that, especially in this modern era where everyone just wants to throw the ball 50 times a game. That's like demoralizing. There's just like so they're just chipping and chipping and chipping, and it's not big plays. It's not one thing to like stop. It's just like I can't stop this constant. It's like the Patriots. I remember when they had fucking Maroney as their running back. It's like, this guy isn't even good, but every time he touches it, he gets 5 yards.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, because it was pretty much a two-man steady offensive running that shit. They ran the ball 37 times. Like, they were pounding that shit into the ground.
Yes, man. That's the tipping point. It's like 35 rushes. You run it 35 times or more, you probably are going to win 8 out of 10 games.
Yeah, because both of the running backs,
you'll probably lose fucking 7 out of 10.
Yeah, well, our offensive line, they're not great at pass blocking, so I understand. That's why I didn't understand like the first week when they dropped him back so many times. So this game, I think
move him outside the pocket. They're like, drop back there and beat Tom Brady. All right, we don't want to see you moving around.
Well, you can tell, and I don't remember exactly what the stat line was, but I think it might have been like 25 dropbacks. You know, if that. He only attempted 20 passes. Some of them he threw them away. But it was a lot more movement. It wasn't stupid-ass long routes with no protection. Like, if they were going to do a long route, they gave him protection. We didn't hit a lot of deep bombs. It was, mostly shorter passes because he didn't even get 150
Darnell Mooney
passes.
doing his thing so far, though. Shout out to Darnell.
No, he is. I mean, he only got like 100 yards of passing or whatever, but who cares? When you win the game,
you win. My last pick in my fantasy league, bro. That's all I need.
But you know what? Back-to-back wins, and they still say that Andy Dalton is a starter if he's healthy. So,
all right.
Don't know.
The coaching staff sticking around, Terry?
Not exactly. And Andy Dalton threw a pass in the game, too. He got in the game and threw one.
Yeah, to the water boy. And they were like, all right, get the fuck out of here.
But, yeah, all I can say, man, they look good. I mean, Derek Carr didn't have his best game, But, we'll take it, man. I'll take it. They look good. We sacked his stupid ass 3 times, too. So, Khalil Mack's my boy. We looking good, man.
Yeah, Khalil Mack looked like back in contention for Defensive Player of the Year. Back in that.
Almost. He's still a little banged up. Hopefully he can get 100%. But you know how the NFL is. You don't ever get enough time to completely, recover. So, we'll see. He still look good.
So, Terry, it wasn't just the Bears turning it up a notch and making the Raiders look like a bunch of incompetent boobs. Sam Darnold said, "I want to get in on the party too, bro. I like being an incompetent boob. I just came from the Jets. It hasn't washed off the Jets stink all the way.
Bro.
The Panthers played the Eagles.
Now, if you want to talk about an absolute choke job, and shout out, North Carolina, continue to stand up. But your boy Sam Darnold needs to sit his ass down. Golly, man. It was unfortunate, bro. The Panthers are winning the whole game. But it's one of those games where, like, when you're watching a game and you're like, damn, is this the best that both of these teams have? Like, there's nobody better than this. Like, it was back and forth, turnover. And they didn't even score off the turnovers. Like, they just turned it over, 3 and out.
Yeah.
Punt, or it was an interception or a fumble. I'm like, damn, bro. It was almost like 8 straight possessions of the same shit.
They had one where the Panthers got a turnover, and then I was like, oh, shit, they better get some points out of this short field. And then Sam Darnold took like a 15-yard sack to take them out of field goal range. Yeah. I was like, this is unbelievable.
The whole game's crazy, bro. Like, and on the other side of it, the Eagles' offense, oh my God, bro, they looked so bad. They were losing 15-3 for like almost, I think it was like the second quarter. Let me take a look at the score sheet real quick. I'm going to keep talking while I'm looking for it, but I know it was 15-3 for a really long time.
Until like the fourth quarter, I want to say.
And they still
like 12 points with like 5 minutes left.
And like when you're when you're down big and you throw it a lot, they said, bro, I don't even think he got 198 passing yards. They were losing the majority of the game, bro. Majority of the fucking game, and he only got 198 passing yards. That's when you rack up the stats.
You talking about
when you're losing by that much. Huh?
You talking about Jalen Hurts?
Yeah, Jalen Hurts. And he did the fucking most idiotic shit I've ever seen is when he fumbled it in his own end zone. He tried to pick it up with one hand, with his left hand. He tried to pick it up with his left hand.
He tried to palm it. Like, he tried to palm it.
Bro, if you don't boot that shit out the back of the end zone, what are you doing? And the Panthers couldn't even get it. They fucking, oh my God, they were like greased pigs trying to fucking, dude.
They got lucky that ball fell out of the back of the end zone. That the Eagles accidentally smacked that shit out.
The Eagles,
nothing like that either, too. I was like, he tried to palm it, but like he tried to pick it up from the fattest part of the football with one hand.
Yeah,
he didn't try to pick it up from the point with one hand.
My man is so lucky, bro. They won the game, but it's still one of those ones where like you're looking at the backup like, maybe next game I might try you because your boy Jalen Hurts looked like shit, and the Panthers defense is so.
See the backup for the Panthers.
Yeah. Who?
Taylor Heineke.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was at the game that he played for the Panthers when the Falcons beat them. That was like, He was playing for the XFL, then the like league folded, and then like both of the Panthers quarterbacks got hurt the next week. And they're like, all right, well, you're about to start against the Falcons playing from the XFL.
But here's the funny thing about the Panthers defense. And I told you, and I said it on the last pod, the schedule looks easy, but I'm still thinking they're going to have a really good record at the end of the year, but they're going to get smacked in the first round of the playoffs. By them not beating the Eagles, isn't that telling y'all that your team is fucking trash? And you almost lost to the fucking Jets, too. But let me say this. They did a simple, what they call the shit, the QB option, those QB option plays, and Jalen Hurts got it. They did that shit 3 times on the last game-winning drive. 3 fucking times. They didn't do it the whole game. And the Panthers, they were just like, oh, they're just running it to the running back every play. Every single time.
They never thought he was going to keep it and pull out to the right.
They did the read option 3 times on the last drive, and the Panthers got fooled on it twice badly. One on the touchdown play where 4 defenders were on the outside, and they all went inside to the running back. And I'm just like, bruh, your defensive coordinator has got to go. The head coach is looking silly. The shit was ridiculous. Y'all, you can't lose a game like that.
Hey, man, that's how you turn like an aggressive defense against themselves. Like
you do. They're bad.
Were you watching the Chiefs game last night too against the Bills or whatnot?
Nah, I missed that game. I didn't watch that one.
It was like Steve Spagnuolo was trying to like put 10 guys in a box every time with all these fake blitzes. It's like the Chiefs are like, okay, we're gonna run 4 go routes, or the
Jesus.
Bills are like, all right, you're gonna put everyone this close to the line of scrimmage. Everyone get the fuck out of here. Let's go.
Damn, bro.
Using their aggression against them, but the Panthers, they got a hellacious pass rush. They did just add Stephon Gilmore.
Oh, they got him?
Yep, they added him. They traded for him. Which is really weird, by the way. The Patriots continue to, like, find new ways to, I don't know if it's cheating, but it's, like, massaging the rules. That they cut Stephon Gilmore, right? They announced it that they cut him.
Mm-hmm.
But technically, the transaction doesn't become official until 4 o'clock. And they put out the press release that they cut him at, like, noon. And then between noon and 4, the Panthers are like, yo, we'll trade for him, actually, to make sure he doesn't hit the open market. And then they end up getting like a 5th-round pick out of it.
Wow. Hey, when your organization is top notch, you know the rules and shit, man. That's how you continue to be great.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? I don't even know if I should be mad or impressed or like
savvy, baby.
Falling between Deflategate and filming practices. I don't know. But either way,
savvy, baby. They got the savvy. They got the savvy, bro. But hey, look, your boy. Look, Sam Darnold just ain't the guy, bro. He's just not the guy. Like, you should have iced the game a long time ago. They went 3 and out so many times in a row. You let the Eagles come back into the game.
Yep.
Simple as that. Would they probably won if McCaffrey was there? Probably. But Sam Darnold's just missing so many throws. So many throws where dudes were open, and he just missed.
Well, I told you I was going to have a Sam Darnold stat for you today on the podcast, Terry.
Oh, give it to me.
But I forgot to look it up. But here's my Sam Darnold conjecture.
Yeah.
That his season went down the tubes after they got rid of his best friend, his security blanket, his doppelganger namesake, Dan Arnold.
Who's that?
The tight end.
Oh.
Who was killing it for them. The Sam Darnold to Dan Arnold connection was alive and en fuego, Terry. Then Dan Arnold gets hurt or traded or cut or something.
Yeah.
And then what's happened since then? 5 interceptions, 1 touchdown.
Jesus Christ. I mean, God.
You don't separate Darnold from Arnold. Okay?
Your boy Sam threw 3 picks in this game. 3 picks. But like I was gonna read off the score.
They cut him. Do you think Sam Darnold like fucked Dan Arnold's wife or something? Like some Wayne Bridges something? That he was like, hey, Miss Arnold, take that name but with a D in front of it. Holla at Sam.
I have no idea, bro. But I don't know, man. They're not a good football team.
Hey, what was the name? What was the famous coach? I think it was Herm Edwards. It was like, I think it was Romeo Crennel. It was like, they are who we thought they were.
Oh. I remember that. That was back in the day when our offense was completely trash. And his punter punted it to Devin Hester, and then Devin Hester scored, and they lost like 14-7 or some shit. I was like, damn, bro, you're an idiot. Punt it out of bounds. Give them good field position. Just punt it straight out of bounds, like 10-yard punt. Don't give him the ball.
But that's Sam Darnold to me. He is who I thought he was.
He's horrible, bro. He's horrible.
They were doing the most. They're like, Sam Darnold has the most rushing touchdowns of any quarterback in the league. Sam Darnold, his yards per run is higher than blah, blah, Dante Culpepper, fucking blah, blah, blah. Who was the dude who motherfucking played for the Eagles? Randall Cunningham. Yeah, they're showing all this stuff like Sam Darnold is the next Usain Bolt or something. It's like,
Sam Darnold.
Fucking relax, guys. Dan Arnold has left the building. Nothing good happened with Sam.
They shut that shit down in this game. He only got 10 yards of rushing in this game. He's slow. He probably got lucky as shit because nobody cares. The other teams are probably playing man.
Yeah, because they're like, so they showed it. They're like, the Panthers have run more designed runs for Sam Darnold than the Ravens have done for Lamar Jackson.
Are you serious?
Yes. They had like 13 designed runs so far before last night's game or whatever. I'm like, That's why he has all the fucking touchdowns. Everyone's like, there's no way they're going to design runs for Sam Darnold.
I wouldn't have thought that either.
They're on to you.
So I guess they're doing that. Are they doing that in the red zone? I guess.
No, they're doing it all over, bro. They're doing it.
Really?
They're like, oh, he's a weapon. He can't be stopped.
Bro.
Man, I wonder why Tampa Bay isn't design runs for Tom Brady, or the Falcons aren't design runs for Matt Ryan.
Look, I don't want to sound like a broken record. I sound more passionate about the Panthers because they're so fucking bad than I do about the Bears. But let me say this one more time. Week 1, you played the Jets. Calm the fuck down. Week 2, you played the Saints. Calm the fuck down. Week 3, you played the Texans. Calm down. All right? And then you lose to the Cowboys and the Eagles. The Cowboys are a good team. Okay? I'm not going to blame you about that loss. But the Eagles game? You were up the whole game except for the fourth quarter with 3 minutes. Stop it. Your team is garbage. It's over. It's over. I don't care what they do for the rest of the season. I don't want to watch them anymore.
Pour it out for Panthers fans who thought you guys were going to have a great year. You guys still make the playoffs as a wild card game.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, they still might be 10-6,
41-7 in the wild card round. But enjoy that. That's a win for Panthers fans. I mean, they haven't had too many winning seasons, so they'll take them however they can get them. Now, we'll take our wins however we can get them too, Terry, whether it comes in fucking Atlanta, whether it comes in New York, or whether they come in London against the Atlas Jets. The Falcons, we got our first win this weekend, beating the Jets up in London, 9:30 in the morning.
27-20. Nice little offensive game y'all had. Or did you score some defensive touchdowns?
No, we didn't. We had our best offensive game.
Oh, okay.
We did. But my takeaway was just Zach Wilson looked fucking horrible. Like, this dude was missing, slants. The unpressured.
Oh, wow.
Just unpressured, gimme throws. He probably missed 5.
So he wasn't looking like a first-round worthy draft?
Oh, fuck no. He looked awful. He looked really, really, bad.
How the hell did they score 20 points on y'all then?
Oh, that was all in the last, fucking 4 minutes of the game when we were up 20-0 the whole time.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the box score right now.
Yeah.
Jesus. It was 20-3 at halftime.
Yeah, I think going into the fourth quarter, they had, less than 60 passing yards for the game.
Damn, son. Yeah, it was 20-9 going into the fourth.
Yeah.
Yo, these teams.
It was one of those games. This is actually probably how the Panthers felt before they lost the Eagles, where it's we're playing like shit, but we're not really in danger of losing this game.
Because other teams playing worse.
Yeah, it's we're not even playing well, but we never feel like we're being challenged or threatened. And then for the Panthers, it all flipped in 1 minute. They were coasting. They're like, all right, we'll get it together. They're like the U.S. Against fucking Panama. They're like, yeah. We're going to come. Fourth quarter is our time. It's always our time. Next thing
pretty
you know.
much.
But
so your boy Matt Ryan, is he still good?
So he had 350 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions.
Yeah, is he still good if he has time to throw?
Yes. This is what I've been telling you. He's one of these statue pocket motherfuckers like Tom Brady.
Why don't y'all trade him?
Huh?
Trade him to another team so he can be great.
He has $40 million on his contract.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot y'all were idiots. You should have never let him win MVP.
Excuse me. $40 million per year on his contract.
No. Listen. You should have never let him win the MVP. You should have sabotaged a couple games with some horrible play calls and be like, oh, man, interception. Couldn't have seen that coming. Julio, sit this game out. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and let Matt Ryan see what he can do without you. We don't need you in there. You guys fucked up on that
Matt Ryan, he's another dude. He is who I thought he is. Is he an elite quarterback? No. Is he a really good one? Yeah. Is he good enough to get you to the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Is he good enough to win it? If there are pieces around him.
Yeah.
He's not good enough to win it by himself like Russell Wilson or fucking, one of these other people who just pull a rabbit out of a hat and give you some magic. That's not.
I don't think
But
He's not Pat
if
Mahomes.
you keep
He's
his
not
ass
Russell Wilson.
upright, he'll dissect you.
Yeah. But that's most quarterbacks, though.
Yep.
That's most quarterbacks. So he's not special to me.
He's not
He's not a special quarterback.
He became, I think, the sixth player to pass for however many yards he passed for. But it's like the sixth most all time or something.
To be honest with
All
you,
his statistics say this is a Hall of Famer. I think if I'm going to be honest in my heart of hearts, I'd be surprised if he gets in.
the NFL Hall of Fame is a lot harder than the basketball Hall.
There's no Mitch Richmond in the NFL Hall of Fame.
It's just because it's the NFL Hall of Fame. See, the Basketball Hall of Fame is not the NBA Hall of Fame. Yeah, it's just basketball. So it's a lot tougher. Matt Ryan's definitely not getting in.
Yeah.
If Eli gets in, then we can start sniffing.
Right? Hey,
But
Eli should get in because he has 2 Super Bowls. If Phil
No, he shouldn't.
gets in, Matt Ryan needs to get in there. But anyways, man, it doesn't matter if we're playing in London, Atlanta, or New York. The Jets suck. The Falcons suck.
I told you, man, it's a lot of bad football this year, bro. I'm going to keep saying the same thing all year. It's so much bad football, bro. I mean, golly. It's getting back to, like, I want to live in a different part of the country if I got to keep watching the fucking or the Falcons. Like, oh, God. And then I was watching the fucking Washington Saints game. Ugh, that game was ugly, too. They caught a Hail Mary at the end. The Saints had a Hail Mary at the end of halftime.
I saw it. It was uncontested.
Washington had 4 guys in the end zone.
It was uncontested.
I'm appalled. I'm looking at this like,
Hands on the football. Nobody even jumped with him. Everyone was just.
he wasn't even waiting for it. He didn't even wait for it. He literally was just running, and then he just turns around and looks up. He's like, oh, and he catches it. Like, he didn't even jump high or nothing. I'm just like, oh my God, dude. This is crazy, man. It's just, bro, it's a lot of bad football. At least on the whole East Coast, if you really think about it, you got the Bills and the Bucks.
Yep.
Because the Titans are starting to struggle too.
Fucking Ron Rivera was on the sideline. He was like, I beat cancer for this?
Dude, it's so crazy right now.
Jesus, take the wheel.
Hey, look. This is what y'all like. I'm back to watching this shit again. Now I'm like, damn, why am I watching this again? This is crazy to me, dog.
Oh, man.
This shit crazy to me, bro.
It gives us plenty of ammunition, plenty of fuel for our podcast.
Hell yeah.
So I'm happy for that, bro. I'm happy that the Falcons could put a stamp in their passport and come back with a W.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Probably your
Another
last
one
W.
in America the rest of the season. So it was nice to witness that.
1-0 in Europe.
We'll be looking closely this week. We got a USA versus Costa Rica game. The third
Wednesday.
one out of this international break on Wednesday.
Yep.
Gonna be a lot of eyeballs on that one after how they've been playing. We got the international break ends and soccer resumes this weekend, right?
I think it does, yeah.
Next weekend.
It might be next weekend.
Yeah.
Let me check.
The Falcons are on a bye. Barcelona isn't playing. It's preseason for the Hawks. Man,
Basketball's coming back.
Play some sports myself this weekend, Terry.
Oh, yeah? What are you doing?
Oh, you know the usual. Shuffleboard. Winks.
Nah, Man City plays this Man City plays this Saturday.
Okay. All right. Well, never mind. In that case, I'm back on my couch. But
yeah, the Premier League's back. I don't know about La Liga.
Yep. And hopefully we'll be back too with the Colorcast app, doing more broadcasts with them. Fingers crossed. By the next international break, we'll be a permanent fixture doing the USA games for them. So hopefully we'll all have that to look forward to. I have an article coming out this week, Terry.
www.vhlspod.com.
Article is on Ronald Koeman, how it all went wrong at Barcelona, why he needs to go, and who could possibly be there to replace him. So if you're
he should have been gone.
If you're interested in the red and blue and where do they go from here, how did it get this bad? give that a look. It should be up by Sunday.
Dope. You
got anything else you want to add, Terry?
Nah, man.
That's enough, man. You know, here at the Habitual Line Steppers, we appreciate different points of view, but not when it's disrespectful or it violates the beliefs and integrity of our employees. You dare talk about black shit as a black man.
Yeah, right. I can't say shit. Hey, man. It's been real.
It's been real. Thank y'all for joining us. What should North Carolina continue to do?
They should stand up. Thank you for stepping across the line with us for another week.
It's a visual line stepper.
Thank you for listening to our podcast this evening. Thank you. You're far too kind.